Hi there, I'm Lizelle the dog trainer, and in today's video I'm going to tell you how I failed my first dog. Now, my first dog was a lovable Doberman from Doberman Rescue that I got more than a decade ago. And my attitude at the time was, how hard can it be to train a dog? I mean, I already started with an adult, so I didn't have to deal with the puppy toileting stuff because I thought, oh, that's just too hard for me. So I thought, skip that. So the dog will be already trained, I thought. And so I thought, surely how hard can it be? I mean, I've already trained my cats to sit and beg and ride on my shoulder and all sorts. But yeah, that's the attitude that made me fail Zachy. But I'll get to that shortly. All right, so before Zachy arrived, I got my responsible dog owner license from the Auckland City Council because, well, they still had that there. I don't know if they do, if it's a thing anymore, but it's not a thing in Taranaki. But anyway, so I got my license because I'm a responsible dog owner, you know. I was religiously watching every episode of It's Me or the Dog and the Dog Whisperer. Then I also got myself a book that I read from cover to cover. I'm so proud of myself. The Complete Idiot's Guide. Yes, that part was accurate, and it was accurate for quite some time, to getting and owning a dog. All right? Because, yeah, this one book is totally going to help you with your dog. And what else? So we bought a house, so we didn't have to deal with the dog while we were renting. We fenced it, and then we saw Zachy's cute face on Trade Me, and we got him. Okay, so we got Zachy, and he was like super excited, a super fun dog, but like I knew nothing about dogs. Anyway, so first things first, enroll Zachy in obedience class. Tick. Now, the first night of obedience class, and this is something that I really find, like, introductory obedience classes is great in theory and practice. No. Because, you see, all the dogs arrive. It's chaos. They're barking, they're pulling on leashes. It's not a calm environment. And you're bringing a new dog with an owner with inexperience into that state of mind. It's just a recipe for disaster. Anyway, Zachy was so overwhelmed by that he proceeded to cock his leg and pee on my shoe. Nice. Anyway, so we did our obedience classes. We actually did not too badly. Halfway through, a new dog joined, so we had the whole disaster again from the middle, from the start back in the middle. And yeah, so on and so forth. Zachy and this other dog just hated each other. There was a constant barking. We couldn't be near each other in class. It was stressful. All right. So then I thought, well, one of the ways to have a more obedient dog is to enroll him in obedience competitions. So we did the extra classes for obedience competition training, ready to enter our first obedience competition, because surely that will mean I've got an obedient dog, right? Wrong. Anyway, on the competition day, I still had all the blood blisters on my hand because the way they taught us was to put mince in your hand. So like this was over a decade ago. Mince was still cheap back then. In your hand, and then squeeze it out and let the dog lick out the mince, which is not the way I teach now, but anyway. That was how they taught us. Anyway, so all through the extra lessons, they didn't show us how to remove the food. They just said, oh, just rub the food on your hand and your hand will still smell of mince. So when you're in the ring. Okay, did all that. Was in the ring. Zachy's like, nah, where's the mince? And he kept walking all around and around and around me. Nothing like the picture of a competition obedience dog. All right, scratch that. So I thought, right, all dogs love agility. Let's do agility. Not realizing that it's the training that makes dogs love agility. No, because it's the dog. I didn't realize how much responsibility I actually had. So I failed to do the training. But anyway, we went to the introductory agility class. Again, not the place to start a dog, but I digress. We went to the introductory agility class, and the first night they set up the jumps for us, and Zachy, of course, couldn't be trusted off leash. So I had him on leash, set myself up, I looked at the height of the jump, and I thought, oh, Zachy would really benefit from a run up. Yeah. So I ran up, over he went, and then got the zoomies and pulled me over. And then as that happened, he got so excited, he came back around and humped me. The second time, I thought, okay, no, this time I'm going to get it. Set myself up, run up, over, and bingo, back round, fell over, pulled me over, back round and humped me. Unfortunately, I had taken hubby with, and he thought it was the funniest thing he'd ever seen. Yeah. So I'd done all that stuff. And could my dog walk on a loose leash? Nope. Could Zachy come when he was called? Nope. Could he even leave the cat food or our food alone? Nope. Nope. So despite all that, the stuff I tried to do, I still had a dog who couldn't do the basics. Okay, so what should I have done? I should have just got myself a trainer to help me. And I shouldn't have blamed my dog. I should have realized that I had more responsibility. But of course, when you're in the situation, you don't know what you don't know. So I didn't know what I didn't know. And so I still had a naughty dog. All right. So what things finally helped me? Okay, so there's a few things I finally did that started the journey to help me. I finally trained with a decent dog trainer. Now, Brad Griggs, who I'd already met online, managed to come over to New Zealand for a holiday, and we caught up while he was here. He is one of the most amazing guys on the planet. He is really awesome if you get a chance to work with him. So he showed me some basics on how to get Zachy to walk on a loose leash, but like just him showing me I still had to catch up. Zachy could do it. Zachy wasn't the weak link in the chain, it was me. Anyway, the other thing I needed to learn was to be pedantically consistent. So like my idea of consistent was like, okay, I've shown you how to do that twice. Now you should be able to do it. No, because I still let Zachy do things that I didn't want him to do. So I was being inconsistent, which of course, if I'm inconsistent, how can my dog learn to be consistent? All right, and the other thing that hugely helped me is mental visualization. Now, I tell my clients this a lot, that mental visualization is huge. And like, let's face it, Olympians use this to improve their performance. So if Olympians need to do this to help improve their performance, how much more so? We're asking a lot from our dogs. So it really does help doing the mental visualization in order to get what you want. But anyway, we'll talk about that in another video. Now, what can you do? All right, if you are in a situation where you don't know which dog trainer to trust or where to go, I do have an online course that is super awesome for helping you get this stuff right. Just remember, you need to be pedantically consistent with stuff, because if you're not, you're actually teaching your dog to do what you don't want them to do. All right, so what is this course? It's called Life Skills for Dogs. Life Skills for Dogs, and I'll put the link in the thingy below, in the comments below. What sort of things do you learn in this course? If I had done this course with Zach, I would have been set, because it teaches self-control, door manners. Oh, and Zachy was a pain for rushing out the doors. We had beautiful remove floors, and they were always scratched, thanks to Zach. No, thanks to my mismanagement of Zach. All right, so it teaches door manners. It deals with problem barking, and Zach had this horrid habit of, used to get so mad at the birds fighting, he used to go and bark at them and tell them all off. So problem barking. We also talk about settling skills, because that's something that's huge, and you go to dog training classes and none of them teach this stuff. Also leash manners, and a heap more stuff that's super important for you to learn. Anyway, go check out that class, and I'll see you again in the next video. Happy training.